We hope you've had a bright holiday season so far, because on the podcast this week, we're talking about Netflix's Bright.
Bright. Green sauce.
It's happening.
Get your burritos ready.
Green sauce.
Get my what ready?
Burritos.
Burrito? Oh, no.
Ward!
Where were you? Thanks for having my back.
I don't eat flesh of the cow. He
Confessions.
says that in the movie.
I was like, what the fuck did he just say? I don't know.
The orc says that in the movie.
Make it so.
A man builds, a parasite asks, where's my share?
Oh, help, you eat me.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
An artist once said, all critics should be assassinated.
This is a very good composition.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Nerd Confessions, our safe haven where we discuss our thoughts and opinions on everything nerdy, geeky, techie, and whatever. It's been a week since our last confession, but before we jump right into it, we would like to remind all of our listeners that you can follow us on various social media platforms, find previous episodes, and view our bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net.
.net.
I'm Tommy, and I'm here with Ellie,
Hey.
William,
Hello.
and Sohail.
What's going on?
In this episode, we'll be talking about the 5 most recent nerd news topics important to us and the latest Netflix exclusive film, Bright, starring Will Smith. Stick around until the end of the episode to hear more of our listener confessions. If you want to send us a confession, you can always email us at contact@nerdconfessions.net or send us a tweet. Those watching on YouTube, we will have a timestamp in the description if you want to skip ahead right to a topic, or if you're listening to our podcast app, you can skip ahead to the next chapter at any time. The show notes for this episode will be available on nerdconfessions.net. And so for starters, let's see what everyone's been up to this week.
Okay, good.
So for starters, let's see what everyone has done this week. Soil, what'd you do?
So, I watched Bright. I watched The Crown, Season 2.
The Crown?
Yeah, The Crown, Season 2. It's another Netflix exclusive. And watched Troll Hunters because Uncle told me to. And then...
Did you like Troll Hunters?
It was very childish. I mean, it's not
I agree.
funny.
That's why I didn't stick with it. It looked like a movie though.
It looked like a child's
Yeah.
movie. So
Children's movie.
I mean, it's younger than children. So I was just like, I can't even handle this. So I also played ARMS because I went to someone's house for Christmas Eve and we played ARMS together. It was a child. And I kicked his ass. And
Of course you did.
that's all I did. I also celebrate Christmas.
We should probably look at that again and see how many characters there are now.
There's like a
I
lot.
thought you didn't celebrate holidays.
But not because of you. Because I'm blind.
Damn! I don't know what that means, but all right. So Ray Charles, what'd you do this week?
Oh.
I became blind all of a sudden, so I didn't do anything. I can't watch anything. I can't play anything. I can't read anything. So
Even when you could see.
Oh shit!
well, let me
He just
explain.
laughed so
Let
loud.
me explain to the public the reason I can't read is because my vision's. I'm legally blind.
She tore her eyeball during sex.
What?
What? That's what she told me.
I'm legally blind. I can't see.
The end. I really didn't do anything. The most I can recall, other than
Hey, did
holidays.
you finally finish Breath of the Wild or what?
Oh,
You know
my-
what? I haven't picked it up yet. The expansion pack came out.
Oh, shit.
So I'm not done with it. I don't think
Oh,
I'll
man.
ever be done with it. And it's a game you don't have to finish.
Okay.
All right,
All right. Will, what'd you do this
But
week?
I wasn't done.
Okay. What else did you do?
I watched Coco again and I cried for the 3rd time like a little baby. And I made someone that didn't want to watch it. And it was cool.
Sounds like.
And I got this really cool gift for Christmas. I can turn. Yeah. I could turn off my room lamp without getting up, thanks to the Echo Dot.
Yay.
Amazon
We're
does
smart
not
rooms.
sponsor us.
Okay.
That's all I did.
That's all you did?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
No. Oh yeah. I also went.
It's more keeps happening.
No, actually.
You know, you do a lot for a blind person. Will, what'd you do this week?
Well, I watched Sully.
You watch what?
Sully.
What's that?
What's that?
It's a movie about the character from Uncharted.
Oh, I
The one
thought
with
you
the
meant the
mustache?
airplane guy.
No, it's the one from Uncharted.
Isn't there a movie called Sully? Like the airplane.
It's not about the guy from Uncharted.
The guy who dropped the airplane into the harbor.
No, that's the one. That's the one.
Oh, I was like, wait,
that's the
what?
one in the harbor. But there's some funny memes about that. But anyway, yeah, I watched that. I actually liked it. I didn't think that they'd be able to pull it off very well, considering it was just like one happening. But they covered it from different angles, and they added some drama.
Oh God,
in there.
did they do that like Lost thing where they like showed different fucking situations of the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so stupid.
Well, they
did that in some movie.
How can they make a
forgot
movie
what the
about one
was.
plane crash?
Because they want to make money.
Because
That's
it was
it.
a big deal. Because he landed it in the Hudson. No one's ever done that before.
Well, no, they fed off the drama of like the end, that how they're trying to hold him accountable for what happened as being a poor decision on his part, and it proved him wrong. And like that was like the major drama. Then they had some middle drama. But anyway, we're not talking about this as our main topic. Disaster Artist. I watched that, and I love that movie.
Okay.
Just like The Room.
What else did you watch?
Hilariously bad. Wolfenstein the New Order. I bought that a long time ago. It was one of the launch titles for PS4 and Xbox One, and it was also on 360 and PS3. It was like one of the games at launch that you go to for like good graphics and stuff. Then I got a long time ago, didn't finish it. Finally finished it because the new Colossus is out. And when I picked up the new Colossus, I'm playing on the Xbox One X, and going from the New Order to a new Colossus, it's like night and day difference. Because you're going from, I think it's like 720p on the New Order, and then you go to Wolfenstein, the new Colossus, and it's like, I'm playing on 1080p TV, but super sampled, probably 4K, and the textures are so much more clear. You go from like tons of aliasing to completely smooth, high resolution textures. It's really nice.
That's cool.
That sounds like a good.
But anyway, that's
Yeah.
all I did.
And as for myself, I also watched Bright. I also kept watching the anime Black Clover. Still playing Arc Aberration. And I watched the season finale of The Peaky Blinders. So that was all good. Moving on to nerd news.
All right, nerd news. Let's do this. All right. Here's why Apple says it's slowing down older phones. So Apple has been slowing down for older phones. Apparently, the reason why they're doing this is because they want to save people's batteries.
Bullshit.
And because the
Fucking-
software, when they update it, it kind of causes the phone to work overtime, which causes the battery to get hurt.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. That's why I never
That's the big
updated my
news for the
phone.
week. So if you go to the to our notes, you'll see a graph that's down here. This shows you Google's wide world searches of everyone showing after an update comes out when people search slow down a phone. So every time an iPhone is released, right after the iPhone is released, people search, why is my phone slow down? Why is my phone slow down? Why is my phone slow down? And if you look, it's happening more. It happened more and more during the 5S, 5C, 6 Plus, and 6S. And
That explains why my phone is
6S
so
Plus is still happening.
6S and 6S Plus didn't look like it happened as much, but 5S and 5C a lot.
But that's not
Wow.
complete. That's not completed data. But yeah, the 5C was really bad. The 5 didn't have that many because maybe people weren't able to use their phones because they all died. But the 5C and the 5S, they basically had a big jump. So if you want to jump back into the Business Insider section of it, not CNET, go to the next one. So because of the scandal, Apple is facing lawsuits now by people out there.
Not
saying,
surprised.
they're very unhappy with what's happening.
Yet their stock is up. Just kidding.
Well, the reason their stock is up is because people are buying for. It's only 3 cents. Their stock is up because people bought into this share before Christmas. So right now the news isn't out. If the lawsuits start to get pushed, then we'll see. I mean, really, the thing that sucks here is that Apple batteries cannot be changed by users. They can only be changed by the company. And to change a battery, it costs you an arm and a leg. It's like $250 or something like that. So why not just buy another phone?
Well,
Yeah, another one that's $800 more
if
than
it's
the
covered-
battery.
If it's covered in warranty, which hopefully it would be, that's free. But
I doubt it, though. I mean,
I think the
not
problem
if it's
people
that old. No.
yeah.
the problem people are having is that they buy the phone a year later. It's so slow and congested. You
it's
need
not,
another
it's not
one.
even a year. It's just whenever the next phone comes out.
Which is a year.
Yeah,
Release
but
one every year.
Whenever the phone comes out and they update the iOS to like an increased update, you'll see it drop. But one thing they do is they release these.
They do?
What they do is they release an update to all the older phones, which causes it to have a slower process. Everything slows down a little bit, but your battery is saved. So that's what they're trying to do, which is not good because I would rather just have my old iOS and not have the updates, personally.
Yeah, I don't need all those fancy updates.
In my opinion, it's kind of a catch-22. The phones, some of the Android phones don't allow you to change out the battery, and my defense with Apple is their batteries are much more reliable than the competition. And
they
that's
don't explode?
That's part of how they can get away
like
with
the
it.
Samsung?
Like, it doesn't go dead as fast. Like, I have a Galaxy S5, and the battery is already, like, exploding, and it was dying like crazy when I got it. It was used. It was like only like 2 years old, though. Like the 6S Plus, how old is that now? And
I think that came out in 2015.
Yeah. So it's
2 years old.
It's still doing pretty well.
I mean, my battery dies out in like 3 or 4 hours now.
Mine's
if
pretty,
you're constantly
pretty bad
using
too.
it, right?
Well, I'm not always using it, but it goes down to like 80% if I'm doing something.
Well, the problem is, and this
but
is,
it sits at 1% for like 20 minutes.
you know what the
So
you know
there's
why
a
it does that, right?
Because I've been hacked.
No, because from what Apple, like one of their techs told me is, like whenever like if you keep charging the phone, let's say like it's at full charge, and then by the end of the night it's at like 30, so you plug it into charge, right? Well, if you do that every single night
That is a myth.
at 30,
That is a myth and broken.
it starts to shorten the lifespan.
I don't think
of the
that
battery.
matters. That's a myth.
That's
Cell
a myth.
batteries.
No, it can't. How is it a myth?
Because-
it always happens.
because
the
now it
battery-
rotates
no,
through.
The battery doesn't do that. The battery now the phones are smart enough where when your battery hits 100%, it just automatically stops charging it.
Yeah, with the old batteries that matter.
And the
but
old
now-
battery, not anymore.
Now every cell
That's
that
a bit of a
dies, it skips over to the next cell.
Yeah, they've already
Yeah.
updated it. What this
It's
is
more
Get your
intelligently does it now.
backstrap.
The guy-
What if you use a little?
The Apple
what if you use a
techs-
battery?
Huh?
What if you use like a backup charger?
Doesn't
No, it's
matter.
not doing it. Same thing. The guy, the tech,
Even though it shows you
tech-
the symbol that it's charging.
The tech that's been trained to say that, they basically been trained to say that for dumb people. Not saying you're dumb, but just so dumb people can be shut up.
Now this is 5 years ago information, by the way.
I mean, it could have been then 5 years ago. I mean, 5 years ago is what 2012.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
But I don't think it's a possibility. What they usually say is like, don't charge it when you sleep, because if you charge it when you sleep, the battery is going to overpower and it causes cells to die. Not possible.
I think the first iPhone had that, like that.
The first
that
iPhone
new-
had
the iPhone had the battery that had that technology.
So I don't understand where this guy. They just say that so you can just shut up.
I don't know, let's
buy
move
the
on.
battery. But let's move on to the next.
Longest
world.
news ever.
Hey, you're the longest news ever. So Google poaches a key, adding to the Apple sadness or woes.
What did you just say?
Adding to the woes of Apple, Google poaches a key Apple chip designer.
Oh,
So basically, Google is snapped up an Apple chip designer talent as part of its push to release better phones.
and that's one of the biggest things that Apple has going for them is that have their custom processors that perform better than any other phone out there that has like the Snapdragon. Like if you compare the least recent iPhone release to the recent like highest spec Android phone, usually processor wise and graphics wise, the iPhone's slightly better. RAM and stuff behind, but usually that's how the case is.
Yeah, I think this guy that they started at ATI, then moved to AMD. His name is John Bruno. So basically all the chips that you're buying on phones, the Snapdragon chips, are from Qualcomm.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of going to push for a new phones with better processor. I think the Google Pixel's awesome. Pixel 2.
It feels awesome.
XL, the little one sucks.
The
It's
Pixel 2 XL, it feels better than my iPhone X.
Yeah, I mean, it feels awesome. The only thing that's really cool about it is there's unlimited data, unlimited picture space. Never dies. And your battery charges in 15 minutes. I never thought of that.
That's really cool.
Tommy's getting a Google Pixel XL now. Okay. That's really dangerous for Apple. But that's
Moving on.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Walmart planning to open stores without cashiers.
Oh,
are
no.
Are you ready to see Apple stores that are rivaling Amazon stores? Well, that's what Walmart's trying to do.
Well, that's obvious.
I'm ready because all their cashiers give me dirty looks anyway.
yeah.
if the
Now
cash-
you can
if
buy
their
naughty
cashiers are-
stuff without somebody.
if their
looking.
cashiers are looking down at you, what are they up to then? I don't want to know.
My mic smells bad.
It's your breath.
Stop spitting into it.
Oh, good. Amazon is also experimenting with no cashiers, so this is what they're trying to do. Amazon basically released an YouTube video stating that they're going to open a store where you just grab whatever you want and walk the hell out of the store.
That'd be cool.
That's what Walmart wants to do. Is it for saving labor or is it to rival Amazon? We'll see.
Both.
Next news. The biggest video game disappointments of 2017. 1 second, I got to read this because I wrote something for it.
Wait, go up real quick. Okay, go back now.
Okay.
You did it at the same time.
Homer facepalm.
So we have a piece of info from Kotaku. They believe that Destiny 2 is one of the biggest video game disappointments of 2017. Basically, when you read this article, he basically goes and says that it was terrible, but it's also good. So choose your mind. If you go down, you'll see it. Go
It's
down,
kind
go
of
down.
like it's the same thing.
Go see right here. So Destiny keeps making the same mistakes as Destiny 1, but look at this. It says that they took away the system compatibility with basically everyone that used to have they took away people that played on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, which basically expanded it, right? So it made it easier. They can make a better graphical game. They can make it run for systems that are much more up to date. And then he writes in here, personally speaking, I like Destiny 2. So how can it be a biggest disappointment if you're writing this article?
Because it's popular to hate it.
So
What if you like Destiny 1, but there's still mistakes?
Well, Destiny 1 did have a lot of mistakes. It's glaring.
In my opinion,
Because right now he's just saying Destiny 2 made the same mistakes as Destiny 1, but he's not saying I hate Destiny 2.
In my
saying I like
opinion,
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2, like the startup game, like from level before the end game, which would be like the strikes and the raid, is much better than Destiny 1. But the end game with Destiny 1 seems a little bit better than Destiny 2. Not like vanilla Destiny, but like the expansions. I don't know, for some reason it just seems a little bit better than Destiny 1. Like there's more reason to keep playing than there is with Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's what it seems like with me.
Well,
All right, moving
I think
on.
So too, but
Mass Effect Andromeda's on here.
Yeah, well, I can't believe they put that on together. I mean, they also put on the Visceral Games closure.
Yeah,
And
well, that's a huge disappointment for me.
It basically looks like
And
an
they
article
also-
of just shitting on everything. So
Basically pooping on anything that was big. And they also talked about one more thing that was really funny. Battlefront 2.
Oh, yeah, that's
Is it Battlefront 2? Big disappointment, and YouTubers not making money.
Battlefront 2.
all right, moving on.
Okay, Tommy's tired. All right. The Office may come back. I want to watch a quick clip. Watch that is because the possibility of The Office coming back for a limited run.
Yay!
So, but it comes with limited cast. So who's going to add on? We don't know. They're talking about having it for 2018 to 2019
I just hope Michael comes
season.
back.
It could be cool. According to the report, the series is now in the talks with several people. So we'll see who it goes to. Let's see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
All right, moving on.
Michael Scott. Steve Carell.
Pay Nintendo Switch online services delayed again till fall of 2018.
I'm okay with
according
that.
to Nintendo Italy.
I'm okay with that, too.
Yeah,
they
I'm
don't have
alright
their
with
act
that.
together at all.
So their online features, goodbye. I mean, online paid online, I'm happy with not having to pay another subscription. But if you don't have it ready, don't release it. That's a good decision.
they're probably coming to this conclusion from the poor reception of Splatoon 2's.
No, they're
multiplayer.
probably scared
And
as
the app.
shit of what
Right.
happened to Battlefront 2. They're like, what if that happened to us?
What?
Oh, what?
You know all the backlash Battlefront 2 got?
No.
Well, what is
So,
the
like, if they make something that's like
what is-
crap and people have to pay for it, they might get backlash.
All right,
Oh,
let's
okay.
I'm gonna stop you while you're ahead. I'm gonna stop you while you're ahead. So why we're gonna stop you ahead? Because I mean that was not correct.
You're
But
not
the
correct.
reason
Fuck
why-
you. You're not the judge and jury here.
The reason why this is a big deal is because if they don't release, they may not have the ability to release something good enough for the fans that really want certain features. If you can't give those features, you're just gonna get chewed up. So I want to be able to talk on my Switch and not talk on my phone. Well, I can't do that yet because
You
you
got to
can't.
use that freaking weird app.
And the app is not fun because it's basically like a phone call.
Yeah.
And how am I supposed
Might
to
as
play
well
with-
just do a phone call.
You might as well just make a phone call with somebody. So the biggest thing is if they're pushing it back, good. Get the bugs worked out. If you have to sell us a jumper pack, I'll buy it.
Sure.
Nintendo 64.
I'll do the jumper pack.
All right, moving on. Done with the news, baby.
Main topic for the week, and that is Netflix's Bright.
Right, it.
It's bright and shiny and I love it.
So what is Bright? Well, Bright is a cop film, much like Training Day, which came out in 2001. You guys know what Training Day is?
Yes.
It is Training
Denzel
Day
Washington and
meets Lord of
Ethan
the
Hawke.
Rings.
Yes. But in Bright, it also includes fantasy elements such as you would find in franchises like Shadowrun. Have you ever heard of Shadowrun?
Sort of, but I also think I heard
Shadowrun is kind of has fantasy elements and cyberpunk. So there's been some games and there's an RPG and stuff about it. But if you take out the cyberpunk and make it modern, that's what this is. So it's basically modern Shadowrun, not cyberpunk Shadowrun.
Which is kind of weird for me.
Why is this weird for you?
I don't know. It just felt really odd. Like
It's just like if Lord of the Rings continued, man.
You could say it's like Training Day meets Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
A little bit in modern day. The Dark Lord was a long time ago, and now we're in modern day where normal stuff happens.
Yeah, there was a Dark Lord, and there was some other guy and some other guy.
But there's fairies flying around and orcs and stuff.
And elves and the rich ass elves.
Can you describe me?
I want to see some poor elves, you know?
Can you describe how the elves and the fairies look like?
The elves look like normal elves.
The elves are hot as fuck.
The fairies are really weird looking.
Like
basically,
goblins?
fairies look like
multicolored.
Fairies look like giant
neon
parasites.
appearing like
they basically look like
things.
the mini orcs with wings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You mean goblins?
pretty much.
Okay.
No.
No, it-
I said orcs.
Come
but
on,
that's
give me
okay.
some colors. Give me some.
So the world has fantasy races such as fairies, which you described, orcs, minotaurs, and elves. There are actually 9 races in this world, but we don't get to see all of them, so we kind of got to guess what some of them are.
You get to see a minotaur.
Yeah, the minotaur said. Much like Star Trek, the inclusion of fantasy races is used as a way to create social satire and commentary which would otherwise be controversial or unacceptable.
Yep.
To discuss. So it's one of those movies.
It's got a political agenda, I'll tell you that much.
Sure does. Unlike common fantasy films such as Lord of the Rings, in this there are wands that can only be used by what they call brights, which is much like a wizard from Harry Potter. Except in this world, if a muggle were to try to touch the wand, they will explode.
I like that.
And they'll kill all those around them.
It kind of has a blast radius. That's true.
And unlike Harry Potter, the wands can nearly grant wishes and appear to do almost anything to...
And they fucking glow
like
nonstop.
almost like a lamp.
For I understand it, the wand is basically a magician's tool. A wizard can do a lot of things, but they basically most of these people were extrapolating. You can get millions of dollars.
Yeah, at least that's what the consensus is.
Well, people think like, oh, you can get anything you want, but you have to know the actual spells and whatnot.
Right.
Like
Right.
an actual
Right.
magician.
So the plot of the film follows Ward, a cop played by Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Yep.
Will Smith.
And his orc partner, Jacoby, played by Joel Edgerton.
Yep.
Orcs in this universe are considered blooded when respected or joined by an orc clan, or joined with an orc clan. Jacoby is the equal rights hire, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Of the Los Angeles Police Department. And because of this, he's not socially accepted by his peers of the police department or his orc kindred.
He has to like shave.
So in the very beginning of the movie, it gives you like a montage of graffiti, which showcases just that the elves are super rich and the orcs are not, and the orcs are actually what they're portraying as being discriminated against by the human cops, the LAPD. And so when now all of a sudden an orc joins the LAPD, they're all like, "You betrayed us. LAPD hates orcs.
Well, it's kind of
Why did you join?" And he also wasn't blooded. And in the beginning, they tell you that he also rounds his tooth, because they have sharp
Yeah, he
tooth.
grinds down his teeth.
Yeah, he grinds
Wait,
it
to be
down
more
Grinds-
accepted, yeah.
because he was adopted by human parents.
Like Michael Jackson dyeing his skin white. Just kidding.
well.
Well, no, he was adopted by human parents.
Just kidding. I'm just
Did
kidding.
he say that? I remember him saying his dad ground down his teeth too because he wasn't blooded.
Yeah, I thought he said
Yeah,
that.
he said that his dad grinds down his teeth. His mom grinds. His dad and his grandfather did because none of them were blooded.
What does
So
it
the
mean
reason-
by
Blooded means they're not part of a group.
Like,
of
they're not
orcs.
part of a
Well,
clan.
they wanted to be human.
Oh.
So the
Or
thing
more
is,
like
what it is I don't want to say anything. If you're not watching, most movies nowadays don't try to have political agendas because it ends up losing it. But it has a political
But
agenda.
with the
behind
fantasy
that
elements, you can
storyline.
do that, yeah.
But I don't want to bring up any bad storylines, but that's what it is. But I think that's really cool.
So
That's all I have to
Ward
say.
and Jacoby end up in the middle of a conflict that involves preventing the resurrection of the Dark Lord that we just mentioned before that happened
The
a
Dark
long time
Lord.
ago.
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
And, that
He
is,
who must not be named except on Sundays.
and this is the main conflict of the film. So That's the main gist of the film there. So let's talk about projection real quick. Netflix officially picked up the film for $90 million.
Jesus.
Damn.
With filming beginning fall 2016. This makes Bright the most expensive Netflix film to date.
Nice.
So we're all talking Hollywood levels here now. So
Yep.
$90 million.
And that's why they got Will Smith
And
to
that's
play
why
it.
they had to put it
Yep.
in movie theaters.
They're trying to compete with the movies, Hollywood.
Yes.
The screenplay for Bright was written by Max Landis, known for films such as Chronicle, which came out in 2012, and Victor Frankenstein, which came out in 2015.
Victor Frankenstein, I like that one. It had
really?
that one
Chronicles
guy in
isn't
it.
bad either.
Yeah, Chronicles is what really started his career. The director is David Ayer, known for his crime films such as Training Day 2001, Harsh Times 2005, Street Kings 2008, and most recently, and very controversially, Suicide Squad 2016.
So if you
Which
ever,
explains the Will Smith
if
connection.
If you can watch his movies, you can see a pattern in all of them. But I'm not going to take it right now. So we can talk. about it later.
they all, well, yeah.
Let's just moving it.
Filming was completed by February 4th, 2017. In December 2017, before the film even released on Netflix, a sequel was already confirmed to be in production with Will Smith
They already-
reprising his
Is it
role.
really?
Yep.
Oh, cool. I actually want to see it.
So
It has
before
a-
they even saw reviews or anything, they said, "Oh, we want this again." Another $90 million. Or
I mean, it's not.
sequels usually cost more. So
You know, when I was watching this, the whole time I was just thinking, like, you know, he's still got it to do another Bad Boys movie.
I actually did read that. When you're talking about $90 million, $20 million isn't a big deal, but Netflix is in $20 million in debt.
Yeah.
So they keep out taking every one of these films that they do. It's a risk, and they might lose money, and they're already $20 million in debt. So hopefully, they make money.
Well, they upped everyone's fees, so they'll make it back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. On December 22nd, 2017, Bright released worldwide on Netflix, and they haven't released any numbers on how it's performing. So I'm a little concerned about that. Usually, they
Probably
do.
won't.
Like usually they say it's one of our most binge watched, or this is how it's performed compared to other things.
It was also a really
I'm
bad
sure-
weekend to do it, though, I think.
I'm sure it's gonna do.
That's true. Holiday season.
Yeah, like Christmas time.
I'm
Like,
sure they'll
yeah,
release.
worst time to do
they'll
it.
release data at a weekly basis. Weekly. Hasn't been out for more than a week, has it?
came
Not
out
yet.
Christmas.
Well,
weekend.
right after Stranger Things 2 came out, we knew like how many people watched
Right.
that.
That's because
Well, that's because that was
That's one of the
following.
bragging rights. I
they had
know.
a bragging
That's
rights.
like a cult
That's the
following.
second most watched after Game of Thrones. But I was wondering if they're going to do it on a weekly basis, kind of like the movies does. The movie doesn't know; they just estimate they made this much money on the sales. So maybe they'll do it that way.
Well, they know because they actually have people that.
oh yeah. But they produce in theaters though too. So
It was released in theaters.
I think they released a couple theaters
No, I don't know that.
because they wanted to.
Make it officially like a movie.
you
right?
have to do that for certain reasons. It's like certain things you have to collect. I don't know what it
Oh,
is.
so in order to be considered in the academies.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why they did it. They wanted
They
to
just released
consider
it
the
in a couple
academies,
Yeah,
theaters.
just
they-
like they did
That's
in
one of
the room.
requirements, yeah.
Yes.
He paid for what's his name? Tommy Wiseau paid for the room to be in theaters for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
because he wanted to be eligible for the Academy Awards.
Yeah. So I
Or
think
is it the Oscars? I don't remember which
I
one.
think
It's the same thing.
It's the same
that's
thing.
what I meant.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my.
Wow.
Ellie
What was
can-
the other one
Even
called?
Ellie can see that.
What was the other one?
Oh, shit.
The Golden Globe?
The Golden
Golden
Emmys.
Globes? Emmys. That's what
The
I was
Emmys.
thinking of.
Even-
That's TV.
shows.
Emmys TV.
Okay, so
It's
we talked about production.
Golden Globes
All right,
and the
moving
Oscars.
on.
Let's go on to the main cast. We got Will Smith as Daryl Ward, who's the main LAPD officer of the film. He's still got his charm. I liked him here a lot better than Suicide Squad.
Oh,
He's
hell
not-
yeah.
He's not butchering one of my favorite characters.
Dude, in this, he was totally like the original Will Smith I remember from like Men in Black and
Kind of reminded me of the Will
Okay.
Smith
Bad Boys
from,
back in the day.
from Independence Day.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
a lot
beginning.
of reviews are saying like he's tired. This doesn't seem like regular Will Smith here. He's like tired Will Smith. He doesn't want to do this, but he seems good to me. I don't know.
I don't know
what
what
No,
people
his character is supposed to be like
I
that.
thought
Yeah,
he
I know. He seemed like
I thought he did a good job.
good
I
to
thought
me.
he was supposed to be like a cranky.
I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he's supposed to be cranky because he's in debt and all this other crap. He's supposed to be like that.
Well, we don't know much about that because that's spoilers. But
All right, next
It's
guy.
not a
Joel
spoiler.
Edgerton as Nick Jacoby, who's the orc cop partnered with Daryl Ward, who is Will Smith.
it's really hard to do acting through a plastic face.
Yeah. Well, if you want to know, he was previously on The Gift, The Great Gatsby, and Kinky Boots.
Ooh, King
I love
I
Kinky
didn't.
Boots.
I didn't like him in the beginning, but then towards the end, I actually started to like him.
Yeah,
a
he
bit.
grew on me too.
Yeah, he grew on me.
I think that's what the character's supposed to do.
I can't pronounce.
I think he was. There's a certain pivotal point that after that point, his actual character is actually allowed to be a character.
Mm-hmm. Help me out with her last name here. Numi Rapace. Rapace?
Who is it?
Rapace? Looks
I would say Rapace.
Rapunzel?
As Lilia.
Which one was that?
Lilia was the dark elf doing dark elf stuff.
Oh, dude, that girl was hot.
Her name is Layla, by the way.
Oh, was she? Because okay.
Oh, did I misspell that? I might have misspelled that.
No,
Lilia.
her name is Layla, but they spelled it wrong.
Oh, they spelled it wrong?
They spelled it differently, yeah.
Oh.
It's Layla, though.
Okay, Layla. So she's a dark elf, and she's previously in Alien Covenant.
No, I liked her a lot. She had the look.
She's the Elizabeth
She had that look.
character, isn't she?
She's what?
She had the look.
Yeah.
Or
she had the
Ellie.
look.
She looked good. She looked good in this.
I
She looked
thought
like
she
she looked
fit the
like an
role.
elf. Yeah, she's
She's also
she's pretty badass too.
in
I was
the
like,
Swedish
goddamn.
version of the girl with the dragon tattoo. The Swedish version, not the American
Oh, that's
version.
interesting.
She was
She
the
did-
girl.
she-
in
she
the
was a
dragon
Some would
tattoo.
argue that's the superior version.
That's a what?
Some would argue that the Swedish version is the superior version.
All right, what else we got?
They have 3
What'd
movies.
you say, Soil?
I said she fit the role. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
She fit the role and the jeans.
Edgar Ramirez as Kenomir, who's a high-ranking elf in the FBI.
Dude, the whole time when I saw that guy, I just thought Lord of the Rings.
It's like more like
Kind of, yeah.
like Eldaron kind of thing.
Elron.
Eldaron?
His name's Elron.
He was
No.
he was. Let's not argue on that. That's Lord of the Rings. He was on Girl on the Train previously, and Joy Domino.
No,
He-
Joy and Dom. There's 2.
He's
Joy and the movie Domino.
He's an interesting character, but I think he was part of
Sorry.
like the special magic department, not FBI. It's kind of like the FBI.
Yeah,
Well,
he's like
it says it's the FBI, but yeah, there seems
like a
it's
magic
run by elves. It looks like
it's the magic department that was in Harry Potter.
I just thought that was what. Okay, I don't want to talk about this. Go ahead.
yeah. I can't go into spoilers. No spoilers here. Brad. No,
You
sorry,
missed Lucy
I missed
Fry.
one. Lucy Fry as Tika, the young elf doing young elf things. Previously in H2O, Just Add Water, Vampire Academy, and The Darkness.
She's going in the dark realms
I mean,
with her movies.
she
went
kind of
from
cute,
really.
but
She,
I mean,
she was all right. She didn't really say much.
She used to
all
be
I
a
have to say-
mermaid.
all I have to say is that H2O, Just Add Water, is like a child's movie,
Yeah.
and then you go to this Vampire Academy, The Darkness, to this. I mean, she's going in a route. She's following a route. She's going
fantasy.
fantasy to fantasy to fantasy, and she's going to go darker and darker until she's into
Dark
leather cyberpunk.
Satanic.
I would have liked to see this character take more of a Fifth Element kind of thing, like Corbin Dallas. What was her name? Lilu Dallas.
I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I
She
thought
did
I
not
thought you were
smell
gonna
like spices.
what?
She no tikka masala.
No, Tika Masala.
Oh wow.
Okay, moving on.
All right, who else? we
Brad
got?
William Henke. I think his name is as Dorgu, who's the orc leader of the Fog Teeth Gang.
He reminded me of what's his name? Ron Perlman from Sons of Anarchy. The whole time.
He was previously in Split. He was also in Pee-wee's Big Holiday, Pacific Rim, Space Jam, and lots of TV shows.
Like Dexter and CSI and stuff.
Dexter, the one about
Like
the
in-
murderer.
Like he's in a bunch of TV series, but like in one episode or two, like
Oh.
maybe as a extra or like a.
I see. I thought he did a good job. He was kind of menacing.
It was okay. I like.
I mean, he looks really close to the character as a human.
Yeah. All right. So that was the main cast that we had there. So let's talk about how it's been received. So the exact opposite of the recently released The Last Jedi, even though this film was much more hated by critics than the audience hated The Last Jedi, the critics rated this film very poorly, and the user reviews were much higher in contrast. So
Yeah.
really low critic rating, really high user rating. And this shows a disconnect between what Netflix audience likes and what the critic reception is. So the question is Netflix going to get into Hollywood with the critics continually giving this a bad backlash, or is the audience that they're speaking to here on Netflix that rated this so highly, that enjoyed it, is that all they need?
I think that what they need to do is keeping their users happy, because that's the ones that pay their bills and not the critics. Because the users are going to stay as long as content is good. If your content is crap, they're not going to stay. And this is good content because I watched the whole thing, and I couldn't finish it because I kind of had things I was doing.
I finished it.
But I know I finished it, but I had to finish
because
it
I'm a real
sittings.
man.
It kind of dragged on for me, but
Well, there's
I
parts
wasn't
I
saying I
liked.
didn't enjoy it, but it kind of dragged
But
on
I
for
mean,
me.
It got better towards
honestly, I wish they would have made this into a series. That's just me.
the end. That would have been cooler as a series.
That would have been better as a series. I agree.
Yes.
So Rotten Tomatoes critic rating is currently at 27%. It's even down more than it was before. It was like 30%. Now it's 27%. And that's from 66 critics. The audience rating is currently at 89% average from 10,753
They're
users.
all against Lord of the Rings. That's why.
You know why I think this is because the critics are scared that Netflix is catering to regular people, and the critics are going to be because they can just release it the day of. Everyone can watch it.
And they
I don't
can't
need,
watch it early.
and they can watch it early, but no one gives a crap. It's on my Netflix. I'm going to watch it when Netflix pushes it. Netflix now has built-in ads into all their on their computer and all that stuff to watch other stuff that they've released. Why would I not want to watch this?
I think they don't want them in the
Because you're already paying for the service.
You're already paying
right?
for the service, so
Right.
why would I? What do I care what a critic has to say?
I think they're
I'm gonna
being
watch
paid
it.
You're gonna
off
give it
by
a
the
chance, yeah.
Oscars to keep them out. Give them bad reviews so they don't win anything.
That's what some like conspiracy user reviews are saying. But anyway, Metacritic, very harsh on things. That currently is rated at 29 out of 26 critics on
a
Metacritic.
little better than Rotten Tomatoes.
A little bit better, which is odd. The user reviews on Metacritic have it at 7.4 out of 10, and that's out of 440 user reviews on the service, I think.
Seems like there's a disconnect between. There's always been a disconnect. I feel like from critics and regular folk. There's always a disconnect. Only a few movies get really good ratings and have really good user reviews.
Now, something I see to be like more consistent, and I just recently realized more used IMDb. The user rating currently there is 6.6 out of 10, and that's out of 47,000 reviews.
Yeah, it's
So
huge.
there's a lot more reviews than
Bigger data pool.
yeah. They're user reviews, but it's like a much larger base than we have with Rotten Tomatoes user reviews.
You got one guy that accidentally pushed 1 star while he was just scrolling through, and you get those kind of cancels out.
Yeah, it does.
Some people do that. They're like, oh, a clip. Oh, shit. All right,
Yeah.
leave it alone.
I've done that before.
Yep.
All right, guys. So did you know that there's been some drama here?
Yes, some diddling.
There's been some diddle drama.
There's been some diddling.
Some diddle drama. The day of release for the film, some drama appeared on Twitter as part of the hashtag #MeToo movement
You disgust me.
in response to Netflix's tweet on the release of the film. At Anna Akana tweeted, "Written by a psychopath who sexually abused and assaults women." Right?
Where have I heard
Cool.
that name before? Anna Akana.
I don't know. She's popular. I mean, she's famous. She's verified, so I don't know what she's been in, but you can look her up.
Game over, man. It's game over.
So you probably heard of this next.
Oh,
one.
I know. Who that.
Who is that?
It's that, I don't want to sound racist, but the Asian chick who's all over YouTube all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, this next one I'm very familiar with because she's annoying as hell. But this was followed up by more people such as the controversial Gamergate activist Zoe Quinn.
Oh, God.
Zoe Quinn,
Sorry.
everybody's favorite Zoe Quinn,
I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, I apologize.
who tweeted under at Unburnt Witch, quote, "Sometimes men who commit sexual assault are talented screenwriters and their work comes with baggage. Other times they're Max Landis," unquote. So very harsh there.
I mean, the whole thing with this...
Meaning is not talented at all.
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks because it comes with, like, attacks that come out. But, I mean, you can't do anything about it. If you did do something, you did something. So, too bad, so sad.
All right, guys. So before we go into overall thoughts here, I have one cool little detail about this. And I think this might be why the fairies are so colorful.
They're
Bright.
colorful?
Yes, Bright is one of Netflix's first films to tout 4K picture with HDR visuals. So the HDR color is raved as one of the most amazing and eye-popping parts of the film.
That's why it looks so good on my TV.
Oh, you have HDR TV?
Yes, I do.
Oh, nice.
UHD.
Yeah, so the fairies like
HDR,
neonish
yeah.
color, so maybe that's part of why they chose that color scheme, so it pops out on the screen when it's flying around.
That's cool.
His blood also looked good, too.
I appreciate technology like that.
but you can't see it, so it doesn't matter.
On this TV.
Damn.
I just
Holy shit.
I just like knowing my friends can see such vivid.
Just
Oh, it's affecting your tongue now.
Vivid pictures.
No, I was
Oh
gonna
my
say
God.
vibrant.
now Will can't
Vibrant
talk and she
pictures.
can't see what's next. I can't hear.
All right, guys, let's go into overall thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you rate it? Sohail, let's start with you.
I will give it a 7. And the reason I give it a 7 is I was entertained the whole, like pretty much 60% of the time. The other 40% of the time, I was confused on certain items that were happening in the movie. And the reason why I was confused is because they kind of, the best parts of this movie were not explained. The
I
best
agree.
parts that you want to know about. Who is the Dark Lord? Why is the Dark Lord? Why?
Well, it's a mystery.
What is
It's a
the
mystery
Maybe
that
that's
makes him
part
No, no,
ominous.
That could be
I
in the
know, but
sequel.
you could. I know it makes him ominous, but you don't have to say his name.
We don't know much about the Dark Lord Sauron
It's
in
just
Lord
like
of the Rings.
Voldemort. Like,
I know,
we
I
didn't
know, but I don't
You know a
care.
lot
I
about
don't
Sauron. What are you
care
talking
about.
about?
That is this huge dark
I don't-
figure, and a little bit about his past, but not much other than
I don't
that.
want to know his. I don't want to know his name. I don't know where he's from. I just want to know what this war is that started it. At least do a little bit of that. That would be
Dude,
really
it's
cool.
probably the Lord of the Rings. That's what it is.
Okay, I get
The
it.
Dark Lord is
Something I
Sauron.
liked is they talk about
Holy
how the orcs are frowned upon by all the races because they chose the wrong side of being the Dark Lord. I thought that was kind of a cool detail.
Right, but I mean, I wish that it would give you more than that. That's just so simple.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is why. Well, that doesn't explain to me very much because it gives you that these guys chose the sides, but then there was an orc. I don't want to spoil anything. Can I spoil stuff, or can we not?
No,
No.
spoils.
cannot.
No spoils.
Okay, so I'll talk about this later. But the reason why that was one thing, and then the little bit of the political agenda has bothered me as well. So I gave it a -.5 for that.
Yeah, a little bit from you too. Tommy,
I give the exact same review as him.
7? Exact, huh?
Of the same things. I have the same thoughts.
Ellie,
I was thinking the same thing. The whole
you're
was like,
blind, so you
Hey,
can't rate.
I know what to
okay.
say.
What are you gonna say?
If I was able to see, yes, I would watch this movie.
Good.
That's all you're gonna say.
Yes.
All right, I agree with the 7 rating. At first, I was leaning more towards 6, but reflecting on it more now, I am leaning more towards a 7. One of the things I didn't like, in addition to kind of the social commentary, is the fact that I agree with what somebody said. I think it was Mike Bethel on Twitter that said this. That said it felt more like a movie. You said there was some background there, but it felt more like Modern World with just fantasy elements thrown in there.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what,
Like
that's what I
I
said.
want to know more history about how,
Basically what I said.
like, the United States, how did that work out with the orcs and stuff and all that back then? It's just kind of like,
Yeah, what are the
we're just
progression?
going to take Modern World and, like, they even throw in things like Shrek. How the heck is Shrek existing in this world? Is it like Shrek an actual orc in this world? I'd like more details.
Or
like
did
that.
the DreamWorks still exist with making
One
this
thing
character
one
and
big
not-
change I would have made is instead of having the partner be an orc, I would have made him be an elf. Just because you can get more, but like but an elf that's different from all the other rich elves, only simply because you can get more facial action.
That's part of
That's
part of the
social
theming.
commentary
Yeah,
and
social
idea.
commentary here. It's a black cop with what's basically a black. What would be a
with an
black
orc.
person in a normal movie? It was an orc.
Yeah, so what they did is they took a person that was so in the previous police movies when you so with previous police movies you'd have a like
No, I get it,
really
I get
old-
it, I get
you
it,
got
I get
Starsky and Hutch, they're together.
Yeah.
And there were 2 white guys. And then it would be a white guy and then like a new black cop and then it's like a very
all right, you get a night.
So what you're
you get a night elf.
Yeah. So what you're talking about here, you want to have.
I just felt like the orc itself would just.
What you're saying-
it stood out too much to
like be
make me
taking-
natural.
taking Trump and teaming up with.
You know, one thing I did notice that I thought was weird that I didn't.
What?
Everything is human, but the race. Did you notice that?
Yeah, their clothes, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, at least have some sort of orcish kind of clothing or orcish stuff. Nothing. It was straight up
That's something I
humans.
did like too. They were all wearing jerseys.
Everything was human.
Yeah, but I don't want
It
to
was
talk about
nothing
that
of
because
It was
it's
all
all
race.
jerseys and baseball caps.
it's supposed to be built as like a persona. That's why I was like, I
So
don't
I was like,
understand.
what the hell?
But there was like different types of orcs with different types of clothing. Maybe they don't have clothes that fit them very well, or maybe they have like their own.
No, but like,
brands.
what happened to their own stuff? Like
Maybe
you
they
would
made their-
expect.
maybe they made their own
Even the
brands.
elves were wearing human
Maybe they
clothes.
just really love sports. I don't know.
Maybe elves.
If they had
we don't know the
their own
history. Maybe
specific race
humans
kind of
never made
clothes, it would have been way cooler.
Maybe humans never made
No,
clothes.
let me tell you why.
Elves made
Like
all
in
the
Star
clothes.
Wars and in Star Trek, the races have their own kind of clothing and all sorts of stuff.
I get it.
This was all human, but the face is different.
Here's the thing: we don't know any storylines, so we don't know if
It's
the
stupid
elves
though.
made all the clothes
Even if it
or
wasn't
humans.
storyline, it's still.
So
this is the first time we've unanimously agreed on the rating 7 out of 10.
Yeah, straight across.
Everybody
Wonderful.
agrees.
7.
Straight across the board.
So with that, let's get to listener confessions.
Go, Ellie, go.
I can't wait.
Hold on.
Oh no!
Let me
we just
hear
got somebody
this
said
first.
something. The elven clothes were definitely different. How were they different? They were wearing.
They were.
I mean, other than the suit.
No. They had some of their clothes.
Oh,
were
they had
crisp.
the little metal plate. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But
Thanks,
that's it.
Walton, for your comment.
Like I would expect a little more than that.
I think it's pretty
How
interesting.
did the little metal thing look?
But I do think that the idea of the clothing was supposed
The
to
metal
be...
thing, I honest to God, I thought it was like a plate that I
chest
just
plate?
forgot about like the whole time.
No, but they all were wearing crisp suits.
The suits are nice, yes, but I mean, fuck. You
And
would
they were
expect.
They all look like Rodeo Drive children.
I did like the glow. I did like the eyes being like a luminous blue. That was a good touch. Gives it more of a racy feel. And then you go look at the orcs who just straight up look like a Ninja Turtle.
Well, I agree with Scott on the fact that the dark elf clothing was different. Like the FBI clothing was just suits, but like the dark elf clothing.
I mean,
was
the regular.
different.
You saw regular elves
Dark elf
too.
being the one that was using the wand.
The evil elves.
The evil elves, dark elves.
Yeah, you get to see a lot of elves in the.
I mostly had an
area.
use with the orcs. That was my biggest problem.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
The orcs
Let's do
bothered
this
me.
real quick.
Oh, Scott says one more thing. The redheaded cop guy was supposed to be a dwarf, right? Yeah. Actually, I think that was one of the other races that because
Oh, maybe I don't know.
the leader of the orc gang said that he was hanging out and having
dwarf
fun
in
with
Miami.
dwarfs in Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with humans.
so could have been.
Could have been. We don't
Yeah.
know. I know. I saw a Minotaur holding something down.
Yeah. The redhead guy kept reminding me of what's that? God,
Well, he's a big ass dwarf.
what was that guy? What's that guy's name?
I mean, that guy was like 6'3". Like, gotta be
What's that guy's name who played Fred Flintstone in the live action one?
Tommy Cazzini.
No, the guy who played. He also played as like Roseanne's husband.
You don't know. You don't know his name?
No, I don't know his name.
John Goodman.
Yeah, that's the one. I kept thinking it was him the
I
whole
feel
time.
bad. I didn't want. I want you to think of it.
Yeah,
He's really lost some weight.
I thought it
though.
was
He
him
looks
the
good.
whole time. But
Scott, Scott gotcha. He said it, John Goodman,
yeah,
before you did.
I see it.
Yeah.
I was hoping that you would get to it. I was like, yeah, John Goodman.
Oh, there
He
was a
lost a lot of
paladin.
weight. Oh, there's a paladin in this?
He says the centaur when they captured.
Oh, yeah,
the
there's a
paladin
centaur.
too.
There's a centaur in there. Yes.
No, I know that. I'm saying there's a paladin.
Are you talking about the guy that they arrested?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. Some of the scenes were
I
so
mean,
quick, I couldn't understand what was
listen,
happening.
You're kind of like that's kind of like extrapolation. We don't even know what's exactly everything.
So imagine someone who's never played like any kind of like.
I mean,
like
if
game
you,
that has
if
like
you
a
look at
paladin,
that
like,
scene
the
real
fuck is a
quick- if you
paladin?
look at that scene real quick. You didn't know that guy was a centaur unless you were really paying attention in the background, because it could have been like a guy on a horse. and
Oh,
he looked real
he's
fast.
he's assuming the paladin was the crazy guy with the sword.
Yeah, we don't know that. I mean,
I think it was.
we just know that there's part of something, but we don't want to break it
Who
out.
knows?
I thought it was cool that the crazy guy with the
Yeah, he was
sword
part of the
like a
Shield of
bum,
Light.
but in this world they actually have some legitimacy to him. Like he actually was talking about the Dark Lord. You think he's always this is a crazy person, but
Yeah,
actually
he was a part of the
a
Shield
little bit
of Light.
legitimate there.
But that's
was
another
trying.
part which I don't want to kill. I don't want to go into spoilers. But the only reason I don't want to do that is that there's something about that I want to talk about later. But I don't want to say it right now.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that wasn't explained, they're gonna probably explain in the
in
sequel
the sequel, I hope so.
because
Well, I
people
hope
are
so.
probably whining about it.
Well, we
saying-
had the same thing happen with Last Jedi, so we better not fucking think too much.
I
Guys,
doubt
don't get your hopes up too much, people.
Well,
Who's the Dark Lord?
Freaking Ryan Johnson.
who's
he
the-
said he
who's
said
the-
he purposely took the direction of like Rey has no parents because he thought that would be the most shocking.
I
So he
told
took-
you.
he wanted to take the most
I
like
told you
crazy
that.
twists and turns.
Dude,
But
they're straight
it
up
doesn't
gonna
mean-
come out.
doesn't mean it's true.
He's
Doesn't mean
straight
it's
up
true.
gonna come out.
Doesn't
and go,
mean it's true.
Who's the Dark Lord? He's just some guy. It's just some guy.
We find out the Dark Lord is like a child, like 3-4-year-old child with like a wand. He was like super good. But anyway, let's move on. What's the lesson?
like,
Let's wrap this up.
loses
So
his
what's the
nose.
listener confession, Ellie?
So we got this DM from Twitter. I'm gonna butcher how it's supposed to be said because there's many different ways.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say Itarira.
Itaria.
Itaria. Okay,
670.
Itaria 670 sent us this. I confess my crime for 35 years to Internet Police Japan. I write it here, and then there's this link for a PDF.
What is a PDF? What the heck?
Okay, just straight open it.
Oh,
Okay, it's got his mug there.
can you please translate this, William?
Okay, I just want to put in Google
And
Translate.
so it also
Yes.
continues here. If you want to know Chalk, and if you understand Japanese, I think that meant Czech. And if you understand
Dude, what
Japanese language, use Google translating, which means
Translate.
tool or exciting
hey, Will, be ready to-
translating tool.
Please be very careful because
I
this may
thank
be
An actual confession?
it may be something about like somebody killed somebody and we got it in.
I don't know. He said he confessed it to the police.
You
unless he's
skipped
confessed-
Japan.
He said
The
internet police.
internet,
There's
yeah.
no such thing as internet police.
What if
Maybe it was the.
He's gonna
what
confess.
was he a pedophile?
He's gonna confess
looks like
to.
one.
Okay, stop, Will. You just said something that's not correct. Oh, exceed 3,900 characters.
You're gonna have to do that in halves.
Well, if the first half don't make sense, no reason to translate the rest.
Crap. She's getting off
Good
there.
job, William.
No,
I'm getting scared. What does this
Oh,
mean?
I can't wait. He's gonna be like, and then I've played with the
gonna-
chicken,
I'm just gonna.
and then when I was
do this
4,
part.
Okay, stop.
I
There you
rubbed
go. This-
mayonnaise on my chest.
We're almost at 3,000 characters already. 670 plus. I read that.
What is it?
Ah!
Holy crap!
Okay, wait, slow down. Let me read this. To the Internet Hotline Center, report yourself Igara Takeshi on your own. This free ebook is converted to free ebook for
Okay, he's trying to
Takeshi
sell
himself.
something.
All right, get out of here. Get out of
It's
here.
gonna be good.
So he's trying to sell us an ebook that he wrote. In
He's
Japan.
linking the link that he linked us. What the?
He linked wishcometrue.web.fc2. Hey,
That's the same link we
Hey,
clicked.
I'm going to be in Japan.
Look,
soon.
look, it says surrender.pdf. That's the same damn PDF. He wrote the PDF's link on the PDF. Excuse me?
Apparently, is a criminal trying to make money off his crime or what? Buy this ebook.
I don't know. Go further down.
Buy this ebook.
Let's go further back.
All right,
Let's go down
I'll
a little
go
bit more.
further down.
Go
try-
all the way to the bottom. Here you go. Go to this.
Yeah,
All right,
translate that big paragraph, yeah.
Yeah.
1982. What did he do in 1982? Let's see.
1982. He started eating.
Diddling the girls.
I didn't say diddling. I said
Diddling chickens.
he started eating his first meal.
Let's see what he
At
did.
jail.
Oh,
Exceeds.
exceeds.
It's because each character is like 5
delete
words.
some.
Be careful. Okay, go
Freaking
like
5
halfway.
words one.
Delete it.
You don't know some of these characters are gonna be like 4 words.
Oh, shit. Okay, here we go.
Okay, all right.
I had a relationship that I could never meet with a lover I had been dating for about 12 years.
Telephone sex.
Because in order to do telephone sex at home, because there's a parent at the parking lot near my home, the car hidden behind the shadow.
Had
I
about
ran
4 phone
around
sexes.
6 late night phone sex and the NASA pool at Michigan Station. No, I can't say that. Something station closed. I tried telephone sex about 3 times so no one could
Michia.
see it at midnight. Dude, what the fuck?
Hey, yo, it says at a parking lot outside Denki at late night when Kadi closed, I had about 4 phone sexes.
All right. So
At the end of the road, 500 yen coin because the coin was falling down and I got several times without permission.
All right, close this.
I will do.
Close this.
High school days, school morning,
All
basement.
right.
we got some weird confession here about like sexual stuff. So thank you, I guess.
We're gonna send this. We're gonna put.
Interior. How do you spell that? 670.
Hey, how do you say thank you in Japanese?
Listen to me. We're gonna send this out.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
arigato?
print this and we'll bring this to Japan in June.
Dude, you should translate it later, like the whole thing, and see what it
Ask
is.
somebody if
Yeah,
they've
you
seen
should
this
do
book.
that, yeah.
You never know; it could be something juicy in there.
So
maybe
like,
maybe Tommy's just a Japanese
what can
guy.
somebody do if they want to send us a confession?
If you want to send us a confession, even you, what's his face? Scott.
Scott Walton.
Yeah, if you're still watching, send us a confession. You can email us at contact@nerdconfessions.net
.net.
or send us a tweet at nerdconfessions with the zeros being replacing the O's,
Yep.
or send us an Instagram.
And it doesn't
direct
have to be like an
message.
actual, like, it doesn't have to
Yup.
be like, oh, I did something. It could be like,
Share
I like
something.
this. I do,
Share
or a
like
thought,
your
anything.
collection
Yup.
of weird stuff. Just
anything
do it.
nerdy, and you want to talk about it, let us know.
Yep. All right. So since it's Christmas just passed, but we are about to begin the new year. This is the first podcast we had since Christmas, so we're going to celebrate our Christmas right now. And we got some gifts for each other.
Here
Who
we
wants to go first?
Me. I have this sloth bag. And I fear that Tommy already has what I'm going to give him.
Oh, you just throwing
He said Tommy threw something at Sohail.
I was like, that's not, but okay.
I'm just passing them over. You guys can open them all at the same time.
You got one for yourself?
And
Oh, that's fine.
This
Thank
is for
you.
me.
What's in there?
An empty bag.
Okay.
Okay, Tommy, open his first.
Are we going by turns? Okay.
No. Because what if he does have it? Then it'd
Then
be
it's the best part.
disappointing.
Let's see.
What is it?
I don't know. Oh, there's socks. Oh, dude, I don't have this.
Oh, okay. So it was just a dream.
That's
where it's
awesome.
horrible. What does it say, Tommy?
It says Rick's Gym. It's from Rick and Morty.
I thought you would
me a
appreciate.
goddamn
Oh
high
yeah,
five.
you can wear it
That's
to
good.
the gym.
Some nice socks.
I like this. This is good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. They're to cover the little piggies.
Okay.
Okay.
So
The
open your gifts.
I got socks too.
Oh, so much.
Oh, but I got Bowser because I'm an asshole.
Yeah. You burn people. You like burning people.
I'm a burner.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna open mine.
If I saw myself in clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own ass.
I got Boo.
Who?
Boo.
Oh. It's because
Yeah.
you like to scare the shit out of people or what?
'Cause I like to lick shit.
My boo.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Don't say that. Oh, I got weird. Okay.
He said I like to lick shit. So that's why I started laughing.
Okay,
I
we
love
can do
these songs.
mine.
Whose is
So
this?
that's yours.
Oh, that's mine.
And that's Soil's. And then the last little one is Ellie's.
All right, so we're gonna. Okay, I got some shit gifts.
Who's first?
Ellie goes first because she didn't have one last time.
Is it chocolate?
Nope.
I like chocolate.
I hope it's chocolate. God, it's
You wrap
I've never
really
seen.
well.
I've never seen somebody open one wrap and then go, "I'm gonna just stop with the other side now." Look, she's taking the whole thing apart. Are you gonna rewrap it?
she can't see. Leave her alone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is this?
I thought you would like this.
Shifty eye.
Shifty, I
You buy yourself because you're blind.
did despise a sneaky game of sending signals with the eyes. That's so mean. Oh, actually, that's actually
because
cool.
every time I sit here, she always gives me like the snake eye or the stink eye. And so I was like, you know what would be a cool game that she would be really good at?
There's people like cross-eyed in the back.
You gotta
It's
do
so
crazy.
funny.
You gotta do crazy eye stuff.
Oh my god, you're gonna play this with my cousins when I
It's
get
a
home.
good game, yeah.
Oh, there
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Who's next?
William, you go next.
I'm next.
You'll go.
Yeah, Will can go next.
Clockwise. Man, why is there 6 gifts here?
Will went nuts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He got something for himself.
Oh, Vegas.
Vegas dice.
No, it's a dice game. It's because I know you're a high roller.
You're trash on your side.
Take.
Oh, shit. I don't know how the game works, but it sounded interesting.
Take luck into your own hands in this crafty Vegas-style dice game. Press your luck at 6 casino tables and win big bucks by outwitting your opponents. How do you do that with dice?
So they give you a lot of dice, and like there sits like 6 table mats or whatever, and you're supposed to, I don't know how you bet, and there's like money in there. I don't know. It sounds really cool.
3 sad onions.
Winning!
3 sad onions.
What? 3 sad onions? What are you talking about?
On the back of the baby thing.
Mine has no sad onions.
No sad
I'm
onions
opening
for you.
next.
And then for Soil, I got something that fits his personality really well.
It says charade what?
I accidentally taped the package. I'm sorry.
Sick and twisted charades. Hey, is this sexual?
Yes, it has some.
Hey, look, there's someone on their ass cheeks.
No, it gets crazy.
Oh, you're about to confess something
It's
to Japanese
18.
police
Look, it's
right now.
adults only. It's 18 plus.
I like how the
Sexy.
I like how the packaging
So,
looks.
first of all, that's hard as hell to wrap because I was like, how do you
Yeah,
wrap something that's not
I'm-
a square?
Why did it look like a square though?
I tried my best to make it look like a square.
It looked like a
This is a really nice packaging.
So it's basically charades that has like different forms. So like one of them is like you have to do charades while someone's throwing a ball at you, and you have to like not get hit the whole time. Another charade is where like there's like for example, like there's a sabotage. So like the stipulation is you have to be on your butt has to touch the floor the whole time of the charade.
Okay,
So like you can't get off your ass. So you're like, oh fuck, how do I do the?
that's cool. I
So
like
that
it. It's
you
kind of
would-
weird though.
It's
We gotta
just
play
like
with
you.
alcohol people.
Sounds good.
All right, this is for you.
Oh, oh shit. All right, thank you very
I
much.
love you.
He gave it to you. He loves it.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
So I'm going to open it up. Here we go. Ah! Oh, shit.
Here you go.
So first, there is a Mr. Meeseeks plushie,
How
which is fucking
cute.
awesome.
Mr. Meeseeks.
This is really cool. I'm going to put this shit right here.
We all know that you love Rick and
I
Morty.
fucking love that shit. And then this is a...
You can't tell what it is, can you?
It's some kind
It's a Squidward hockey mask.
A Squidward?
You know what's funny? I was going to...
Not Squidward. I'm sorry. The guy from Futurama.
Fry?
Oh, Mr. Zoidberg.
Mr. Zoidberg.
It looks like Zoidberg.
Oh.
Dr. Zoidberg.
Sorry.
That is so cool.
How do you open it?
Just
I
tear it
can't.
open.
So I was gonna get there was a face mask for Chewbacca,
My
and
shit is terrible.
and I was gonna get it. Are you feeling bad right now?
Not
Let me
really.
put this on.
Because a couple years ago, I gave some good ones, so paying you back.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just gonna tell you right
Oh my god.
do an impression.
now. All right, I'm opening this up.
That's fucking cool.
What's on your? Oh,
Hey,
why are
check
you wearing
this shit
glasses? Oh, I got Lego. Oh, it's Batman. Or
Dude, it's
somebody
fucking
else.
cool.
Or is it
Yeah.
the Joker?
It's Batman.
I feel like I'm about to rob somebody.
It's Batman. As
It's
a
one of those
block
weird
brickheads.
ones. I thought he's
It
like
looked
building
like
it,
a
like sitting
Funko
here.
Pop, but it almost looks like a Funko Pop.
I opened up the second part of it on accident, but it looks
Well-
like the movie.
Yeah, open it up.
Which movie is it?
The Room. Just kidding. Oh, it's a Dark Tower.
Do you have
The
that
best
one
movie?
yet?
No, I didn't buy it.
If you have it already, there's a gift receipt inside.
It's a good movie.
But
don't
he
have
just
it.
said he
I
doesn't,
don't
so
have it.
he's
I'll be
probably still
keeping.
gonna switch
That's
it.
a really good movie.
No, I'm gonna keep it. Why would I get it? If somebody wants the Blu-ray, I'll just keep
Dude,
the
I'm gonna wear
digital,
this next episode.
just to be nice.
There you go. All right.
It's not hard to like wear it. It's like
Ellie's
pretty
gonna get the
breathable.
nice ones.
Ellie, this is yours.
Ellie's gonna be. Ellie's gonna have like freaking VR glasses.
Is it
or
new
something.
eyes? Oh shit!
Porgans for the Borgans.
I was gonna get you one of those,
It's a porn.
but then I went nah.
No, my shit is terrible.
Here, put this. Oh
That's-
shit! It
that's-
moves.
That's the highest quality Porg they have available right now.
That is really cool.
Hey, seriously, it looks like a Furby.
Ow!
His asshole.
They are not wrapped.
Oh,
Tommy,
you just gonna drop it on
Tommy,
us?
I got you this.
What?
That's mine.
Oh,
Because I can tell because it's dusty.
What is
When
that?
did you steal this?
all right. Tommy,
I was like, what? You gave me the. I was like, wait, I have. How did he know to?
the wrong one. Yes, I bought you a USB fan from Japan
Yeah.
Oh, how
with
cute.
Sour Patch Kids because it gets hot in here.
Oh shit!
I'm always fucking hot, so you can, and it's two ways. It goes both directions. So if you get hot and then I get
This
hot,
guy
you can
bought
switch it.
himself the gift.
No,
basically.
I did not.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Nah, that's dope. I like that. I can use that because sometimes it gets hot in my computer room. So
Ellie, I know you're a vegetarian, so I bought you a way to steam your vegetables at work and an Oreo candy.
Hey, this is great.
you know, my grandpa did this. He would buy us candy.
An Oreo candy bar?
Well, yes, it
I
has
didn't know
been
they
agreed.
existed. It says new.
Yes, it's new. Okay, William, your gift is really boring, but I didn't mean to do this. I got
Jell-O?
you an air freshener for your car and a pig. I got you more though.
I'm a piggy.
A pig timer for when you start cooking at home with your ninja dad.
Oh, all right, cool.
Hey, that's a cute.
Your
one.
favorite,
really car, huh?
candies.
You
I
went to,
apologize.
did you go to Japan for these?
No, I went to a store today. It was Japanese themed, and I bought all you guys Japanese.
How does this work?
Yes.
Wasn't he with you?
Daiso?
They just open it up.
You went to Daiso's. One
It
of my
smells really good.
favorites.
Wasn't
It
he
smells
with
like
you the
squash.
whole time?
Yeah, but I tried to
Smells
sneak
like
around.
squash?
I was trying to get Will better things. I'm gonna get Will something else. I feel bad.
Dude, I feel so like this face mask is so cool.
Take us out.
Well, that wraps up this week's confessions. Join us next week for more discussions and opinions of things that fuck that shit. Join us next year because it's gonna be 2018, and we're gonna talk about a whole lot of stuff. It's gonna be great. We like confessions, not some like weird ones we've had this year.
Hey, I enjoyed that one.
That was
The
kind of weird.
Japanese one. That was cool.
Yeah. But as always, we want to thank all of our listeners and followers for tuning in and supporting us this year, sharing sharing us and liking us, reviewing us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All that stuff always helps us. We're trying to grow, and anything you do helps. Spread the word, baby. Spread the word.
Make sure you click that bell button on YouTube so we can get you guys some notifications.
We're going to try our best to do more stuff next year. We'll see what happens. And don't forget that, we got some of our previous episodes and bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. And so, this is Zoidberg signing out.
See you guys next time.
We love you.
I love you.
What do you guys think we'll be covering next time?
We'll find out. Stay tuned next year.
We'll be covering all the Lottie candies. Ellie will bring in candy.
Lotte candy? Merry Christmas.